Hello, everyone. I'm Professor Umesh Mukhi at the Department of Management at FGV, and I'm here to share some insights about dealing with complexity. Um, it's obvious that your organizations are facing through different challenges, and you are thinking about how you want to adapt your business models, how you want to deal with customer response, how do you want to deal with your employees. Um, and uncertainty and complexity can certainly challenge our thinking at these times. So I just wanted to share some tips from the complexity theory, and I hope that that would certainly help to have new insights for your businesses and organizations. So I'm going to share four tips here. First of all, you need to adapt your organizational structure. Now, traditionally, your organization has been top down, but these are not normal times. So that means your organization has to go through some restructuring in terms of how you create horizontal teams, how you create vertical teams. Basically, the suggestion of experts here is to create network of teams or squads which are empowered to achieve specific tasks. And the idea is to create these empowered teams or squads which can interact with each other. So ideally, what we are saying here is that you need to design purpose-oriented teams who are focused on achieving or resolving a particular problem. And those teams, if you are able to do that in an interdisciplinary way, then I think that's where you also add the value to it because they are able to connect with different departments and different dimensions of your organizations. The second thing is that you really need to empower the decision making. Gone are the times in which you would actually have to traditionally validate the decisions. So I again reiterate the point that when you're empowering teams, you also have to empower decision making. But here, empowering decision making does comes at the cost of accountability, which means that you really have to track down expected outcomes, link it to the expected behaviors, and have a positive role of developing a higher sense of accountability and responsibility, which you expect from your team members, managers, or leaders who are out there trying to work at their best capacity in this crisis. The third thing is for managers and leaders who have to expand their thinking. Now, the reason I say that you have to expand your thinking is because traditionally our thinking in terms of how we want to tackle the problem is linear in nature. Now, the crisis is not necessarily linear in nature, which means every day there is a different scenario. So you have to start thinking in a spiral way. Now, the reason I say it's spiral because adaptability is the key. What you may be thinking today would probably change tomorrow. So having a 360-degree thinking, but also a spiral way of thinking in which you have adaptability in how you see your strategy, your finance, your business model transformation, and the most important is how you want to treat the people. It's extremely important because people is what make organizations efficient. And the last and the most crucial point here is to emphasize on psychological safety. I cannot deny the importance of it. We have seen major companies taking unprecedented amount of efforts in ensuring that the employees need to feel the sense of safety that the organization is not there to push them to work. We have to understand that these are uncertain times. It's not home office, it is office at home. We have to consider this humane dimension. And of course, I think this brings in a new challenge in terms of how can we actually create a new culture of projecting confidence, understanding what our employees really value. So crisis is really the testing time for us in terms of how we want to recreate the purposeful organizations.